In the previous video, I have started the chapter number 2 and we divided the matter on the basis of physical property, that is pure substance and impure substance. Impure substance is only known as mixture. Pure substance characteristics, definition, examples I have covered in the first video of this chapter. Now pure substance are two types, elements and compound. So I have covered the definition of elements and compounds also definition I have covered. Even the difference between elements and compound also is over. Now this is the time to teach the types of elements. Now try to understand, as we have discussed already, elements are the pure substance which is made up of one kind of atom, like H2. So in H2 what is there? H and H is there. In Cl2 what is there? Cl plus Cl is there. So H is similar kind of atom, Cl is a similar kind of atom, O plus O is also similar kind of atom, N plus N is also similar kind of atom. So elements are the pure substance which is made up of one kind of atom. Now how many types of elements are there? Elements are three types: metals, non-metals and metallites. So we will study metals, non-metal and metallites in detail. So now the first one is metal. So what are metals? We can define the metals on the basis of their chemical property and on the basis of their physical property. So on the basis of chemical property, metals are the elements which are electron donor. So they give out electron during the course of chemical reaction. Always remember, only electron take part in chemical reaction. And since they are electron donor, that is why they will form the cation. Cation means positive ion. Positive ion. Now we should not discuss in detail the property of metal on the basis of chemical reactions, because this is given in 10th class. But that much you should remember. Metals are the element which are electron donor and they form cation or positive ion. That much. In your syllabus, only physical properties of metals are given. So as far as physical property, already you know what is the difference between chemical property and physical property. Physical properties are observable properties. Means their color, their physical states, their behavior, observable behavior. That is only physical property. And chemical property is purely based on the behavior of electron, and which is not visible. Which is not visible. So on the basis of physical property, metals, the first and foremost property of metals are, they are solid. 99.9% metals, they are solid and hard. Metals are soft also, like sodium, potassium, they are soft. But most of the metals are solid, except mercury, Hg. The symbol of mercury is Hg, I wrote here. So most of the metals are solid. Next one is they are malleable. Metals are malleable. So what is the meaning of malleable? In the bracket I have written. The malleability is the property in which metals can be hammered into thin sheet. They can be beaten into thin sheet or hammered into thin sheet. Most of the metals, thin sheet you might have seen. So these means converting into thin sheet form, that shows their malleability. Next one is they are ductile. What is the meaning of ductile? Here I have written. The meaning of ductile is they can be drawn into thin wire. Now most of the copper wires you have seen. So many metals wires you might have seen. On what property they can be drawn into thin wires? They can be drawn into thin wire because of their ductility. So metals are ductile. Now some other physical properties are also there. So other physical property of metals are, they are sonorous. What do you mean by sonority? Sonority is the property of the metal in which they produce the sound on heating. Whenever any metal is hit, that produces specific sound. That is the characteristics of metal. So producing sound on heating, that is known as sonorous. Next one is they are good conductor of heat and electricity. You might have seen the aluminium wire, copper silver bar, all are good conductor of heat and electricity. That is why mostly copper wires are used to supply the electricity from one place to another place. They are showing higher melting and boiling point. Means generally metals have got higher melting and boiling point. So what does it indicate? It indicates that interparticle attractive force in the metal is very strong. That is why they are showing the higher melting and boiling point. As you know, during boiling, any substance can only be boiled when their interparticle attractive force is broken. Any substance can only be melted when their interparticle attractive force gets broken. So metals are showing higher melting and boiling point because their interparticle attractive force is strong. Dear cadets, there are some important points regarding the metals. So majority of the elements are basically metals. They are the solids. Mercury is the only metal which is liquid at room temperature. Elements gallium means metal gallium and cesium. They are also liquid at temperature slightly above the room temperature. So other than, remember, mercury is the only metal which is found in the liquid state at room temperature. Slightly above the room temperature, two more metals are found in the liquid state, that is the gallium and cesium. And do you know that in the laboratory thermometer, gallium metal is used, and where cesium is used? Cesium is used in photoelectric cells. So these two metals are also equally important for the human beings. 11 elements are gaseous state at room temperature. So these are the additional information you should remember. Here cadets, in metals include one more property. Metals are lustrous. What is the meaning of lustrous? Having shiny surface. All metals have got shiny surface. Please include this one also. Now next one is non-metals. Non-metals also we can define in two ways, on the basis of chemical property and on the basis of physical property. So on the basis of chemical property, they are electron acceptor. During the course of chemical reaction, they accept electron, they gain electron. That is why they form an ion or negative ion. So that is on the basis of chemical property. Now next one is on the basis of physical property. So just see, you can compare between metals and non-metal on the basis of physical property. Just see. Mostly metals, they are found in solid state only, but non-metals, they are found in all three physical states: solid, liquid and gas. Solid non-metals are phosphorus, sulfur. Liquid, in the form of liquid, mostly bromine is found, and in the gas form, you know, oxygen, nitrogen, chlorine. There are so many elements which are found in the gas. So non-metals are found in all the three states, that is solid, liquid and gas. Next one is non-metals they are non-malleable, means non-metal cannot be hammered into thin sheet. Non-metals are non-ductile, means they cannot be drawn into thin wires. Now, non-metals are poor conductor of heat and electricity. They are the poor conductor of heat and electricity. It means, what does it indicate? That their interparticle attractive force is weak. If their interparticle attractive force is strong, they could have shown the higher melting and boiling point. Next one is, they are poor conductor of heat and electricity. Already I have explained. They are non-lustrous, means they do not have bright surface. Unlike metals are having bright surface. You might have seen the brightness of gold, silver, aluminium, copper. All are having bright surface. That is known as luster. Now non-metals, they are not having shiny surface. They are not having shiny surface. Except iodine. Iodine is the non-metal which is having shiny surface. So what is the meaning of non-lustrous? Non-lustrous, having no bright surface or having no shiny surface. This way, metals and non-metals I have completed. Now draw one column and write down the physical property of metal and write down the physical property of non-metal. So distinction between metals and non-metal is over. Now this is the time to write the examples of metals and non-metals. Now examples of metals. So there are so many examples of metal: gold, silver, copper, mercury, sodium, potassium, aluminium, magnesium, manganese, zinc. There are so many metals. Now some of example I have written. You can include your own examples also, but they should be metal only. Similarly, the examples of non-metals. Examples of non-metal: oxygen, sulfur, phosphorus, chlorine, nitrogen, bromine. There are so many examples of non-metals also. You can write these examples. The third category of elements are metallites. So just see, purely they are neither metals nor non-metals. They are in between the metals and non-metals. Means they are exhibiting the property of both metals as well as non-metal. Some places they will behave like a metal, some places they will behave like a non-metals. So in the behavior wise, we can't tell them purely metal, not non-metals. So they are in between the metals and non-metals. Basically they are used as the semiconductors. Why they are used as the semiconductors? Because they are neither good conductor of electricity nor insulator, neither bad conductor. That is why neither good conductor nor bad conductor. That is why they are used as a semiconductors. Similarly, since they are exhibiting the property of metals as well as non-metals, so sometimes they form the cation means positive ion, sometimes they form the anion means a negative ion. According to condition, they will form the positive ion and a negative ion. In the periodic table, what is there? Metals and non-metals are placed. Similarly, in between them, some of the metallites are also placed there. So what are the examples of metallites? The examples of metallites are boron, silicon, germanium and arsenic. So sometimes they are metal, sometimes they are non-metals. So always remember, in periodic table they have been given the place along with the metals and non-metals, and they are equally important. They are equally important with the metals and non-metals. We can't ignore their importance. So they should also be studied equally. Dear cadets, as you know, let it be elements or compound. Everyone is made up of atoms only. So atoms are the building block of matter. So let us have one of the animation regarding the atom, and that will clarify your doubt as far as atoms, molecules and all these things are concerned. So here clear-cut distinction between atoms and molecules are given. Atoms are the single individual entity, while the collection of atoms is known as molecules. Always remember, if millions of atoms stacked together, their thickness will not be equal to the thickness of one sheet of paper. That much small they are, but they are only forming the elements, compounds, mixture, everything. Even human being is also made up of atoms only. So let us have this animation.
Do you know what is the building block of an atom? The building block of an atom is a small grain of sand. Look at the piece of paper. You will be surprised to know that a sheet of paper may contain at least millions of atoms. From these two examples, it is clear that an atom is the building block of all matter. It is the smallest particle of an element that takes part in a chemical reaction. In this table, you can observe the relative sizes of various atoms. This data clearly explains that an atom of hydrogen most of the objects around us. Though atoms are insignificant in size, yet they constantly affect us in whatever we do. We may not be able to see them, but they exist everywhere. Therefore, in order to understand the nature of matter around us, we need to learn about the atom.
So, dear cadets, now recapitulation. How many things today I taught? So, I started with the types of elements. So, there are three types of elements: metals, non-metals and metallites. So, I have defined on the basis of physical property and chemical property as far as metals are concerned. Similarly, on the basis of physical and chemical property, I have defined the non-metals also. So, we have covered here metals, then we have covered here non-metal, we have covered here metallites also. And I have shown you one of the animation regarding the atom. And atom, as you know, that is the building block of everything. That is why we should know about the atom. Always remember, atom is a single individual identity, while the molecules is the collection of atom. Element is made up of atom, but compound is made up of one kind of molecules. So compound already I taught you. The difference between elements and compound also I taught you in the first video itself only. So now today types of elements is over, and some of the important points also you have noted down. Now, so in this way today's video is over. Now this is the time to write down some questions and answer them and submit to me for the checking. The question number first is what is metal? What is metal? Next question number is what is non-metal? What is non-metal? What is non-metal? Next one is distinguish between metal and non-metal on the basis of physical property. So write down their answers and submit me for the checking on this number 97435353029. In next video, means next week, dear cadets, include one more question, that is, what do you mean by metallites? What do you mean by metallites? Write examples. So today I have completed the pure substance. You know the matter is two types, pure and impure. So under pure, how many things are there? Elements and compounds. So in the first video only elements and compounds I have discussed. Today I have discussed the types of elements, means metals, non-metals and metallites. That is also our next video. I will teach you impure substances, means mixture. And mixture is two types, homogeneous and heterogeneous. So what is the difference between homogeneous and heterogeneous? Everything will complete in the next video. For today's, this is the sufficient. And you know that this is online classes are one-way learning. You are not here, we are only teaching. So we are not coming to know how many things you have got and how much things you have not got. So please keep forwarding your doubts also, so that we can rectify it and subsequently you will not feel the pressure. Thank you.